Match day 3 of the 2000 S-League season sees HoウガンUnited versus Albirex Niigata.
2-1 to Brunei DPMM, but let's quickly go on to the table where we see Tanjong Pagar sitting on top. They're the front runners with 7 points. Tampines Rovers just behind them on 6, but they are a game in hand. They were off playing in the AFC this week.
That's right, they didn't do very well there. They lost that game against Saigon, but we also look at Albirex Niigata. If they win tonight, they go top of the table, so a little bit of pressure on them.
And then let's take a quick look at the bottom half of the table. We've got a few surprises down there, don't we? Warriors and Home United down in the bottom half. What's going on there?
Yeah, they just haven't gelled so far. Lots of changes for both sides. It's been really disappointing from both of them, and they've got some good players as well. And Warriors in particular, we know Kazuki Toda's there, so will things turn around? They've conceded a lot of goals.
Well, let's take a look at today.
Kelly, thank you, Shazad. The teams are making their way out onto the field of play. We did have the alarm and the alert a little bit earlier on with the light flashing. Of course, that is a safety measure that has been imposed by the Singapore Sports Council this year, but it did go off in time for the teams to come out, and we will be hopeful that it doesn't go off at all during this 90 minutes. It's an Albirex side that take to the field of play, buoyed with the confidence of that comeback. As just mentioned, that 2-1 victory against Home United, maybe not deserved, but boy oh boy, they didn't say die to the dying seconds, and they managed to get all 3 points. And don't forget, Hoウガンgo into this buoyed by the fact of that result against DPMM, but there are 2 changes made by Alex Weaver from that side. We know that Lau Meng Meng, who got sent off in that game, is suspended, and Sobri Mazian is out. In comes Fazli Hassan at the back, and also Fazli Jafar. He'll play a little bit further forwards. It could be a 4-3-3 with Fazli Jafar making the 3 up top with Liam Shotton and Robert at the top. Those 3 look as though they will be the striking force that Hoウガンwill put out. As for Albirex Niigata, Sugiyama, the head coach, says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, the only thing that he has done is he's tinkered with his formation, not the lineup. It's the same 11 players that will take to the field of play, but they will be changing and playing in different positions in tonight's game. There are the drummers. Of course, we had the chairman of their sponsors down here at the last game taking a penalty. There is the starting lineup. It is the same 11 as mentioned. It was Fukuda who scored that late goal. Will play in the centre of defence. Nagasaki opened the scoring as well with a cracking goal. It's a 4-4-2, but Bruno will go and play out wide, and Nagasaki, the number 10, will push further up front. They will keep Sato and Hota to patrol the middle of the park and keep things tight in the middle. So 3 points here would see them go to the top of the Great Eastern Yos S-League for a spell, that is for sure. But Hoù-Gaang, well, there are no pushovers, and a lot of pressure put on Alex Weaver's shoulders. 3 or 4 games with the players having to adapt to a new system that he is looking to play, and according to the sources within the club, the players are starting to grasp it and understand it, and unbeaten so far this season, so that can't be all bad. So Weaver seems to be doing a half-decent job at the moment. Joining me in the commentary position is Raj Kumar from 938 Live. Of course, you'll have heard his dulcet tones like you hear mine every week, but his are on the radio. So, Raj, what are you expecting from this game, and how have you seen and perceived the season so far?
Well, thank you very much, Paul. And I've seen, both teams in action so far. And last week, it was, I think, Home United. They should have won that particular match. They had all the chances on. I mean, they had several chances throughout the entire game. And like you said, if you don't take your chances, you don't win. Even though Albirex were on the defensive end, they scored the 2 goals, especially the one in the dying minutes, and now they have the chance to actually go on top if they actually win tonight.
Be interesting to see. It is Hoù-Gaang in the, I think we'll describe it as purple, orange and white strip, kicking from left to right. There's a little touch coming down from Sakamoto. The score against Taliban Muda in the opening game for Albirex. In a key possession, Nagasaki just rolls it up the line. Sato. We do know that they can play a methodical game. That much we do know, Albirex Niigata. They pass it around, they keep their patience, and sometimes they jump in a little bit too quick there, like Hota, the skipper, and he has conceded the free kick in a dangerous area. So an opportunity for the big guns to come up from the back for Hoウガン. Not only that, Liam Shotton, as mentioned, brother of Ryan, who plays for Stoke City Football Club back in the Premier League. He will be looking to attack this ball. There he is, the big number 14 in the middle. Let's see what's delivered. Fazli Jaffer delivers a great ball in. Well, it's beaten everybody except the goalkeeping coach, Harriet, who just skipped across and easily took that one. And the veteran of the Albrecht side, no problems for him early doors.
That's right. He had a great game last week, and of course in the match against the first game against Harimau Muda, and even at the age of 34 or 35, he's done well so far. I mean, he was the goalkeeping coach last year, and now this year he's come on to actually play. It shows you what confidence the head coach Sugiyama has in a 35-year-old custodian.
Nothing wrong with a bit of experience, particularly as this side is all 21, 22-year-old kids. That's a nice little bit of play there from Mamadou. Goes down quickly. Fazli Jaffer jumps on that loose ball. Here's Jeremy Chang. Well, a well-documented fallout at Home United with the coach there, Ni Lim Xiang. Of course, he is struggling at the moment. No wins so far this year. And in fact, reports in the newspapers that there was a bit of a bust-up at half-time, which led to the departure of the assistant coach, Aki, of course, who used to play here in the S League for Tampines Rovers, in Manakamura. So he was relieved, and Aidil Sharan has been brought in, and that's a good move because that's a promotion from within the club, and Aidil will do a fantastic job there and hopefully look to steady the ship for the coach. As it is, just a couple of minutes gone here, and we have to say, not too much going on. Well, one header there from Fazli Hassan, heads it almost the length of the field, back into the hands of Hara, and again, Albrecht's looking to play out from the back. Ishikawa, a little bit of time and space, just keeps it simple. Sato has dropped deep into the middle of the park. Clearly see that Hoou-Gang are looking to try and play a pushing game, though, and put Albrechts under pressure. That's why Hara seems to be the player that's touched the ball the most for Albrecht so far in the opening exchanges.
I'm sure the Hoou-Gang coach, Alex Weaver, as we know him to be the tactician that he is, I'm sure he watched that particular game against Home United more than 100 times, and he's seen how Home United were able to actually stop the playing possession game of Albrechts Niigata, which they are famed for. Because, I mean, they have an average age of 22, they can run very fast, they can string several passes together, but and that's how they managed to actually stop them last week until they scored 2 goals.
Question of doing it for 90, that's the most important thing. Here's Sato again. Nagasaki, who's dropped a little bit deeper there to try and pick that ball up. Nice little lead there. Here's Bruno. Bruno back inside. Sakamoto pulls it just wide. And the opening chance goes to Albrechts Niigata. Patience personified, because they've literally kept the ball for about 3.5 of the 4.5 minutes that have gone on so far. And when the shooting opportunity came, it fell to the striker Sakamoto. And unfortunately for him, he just couldn't get it out of his feet quickly enough.
Well, it was unfortunately for him, but fortunate for Fadil Salim, and I think Sakamoto should have done much better because he was in a very good position. And if he had just, you know, maybe taken 1 or 2 more steps and put more power into that shot, you never know. Maybe Albrechts would have already been 1 goal up in the first 4 minutes.
Ajay looking to get things going. Jeremy Chang looks to clip it forwards. It was a bit of a mistake there and an air shot. Get away with it though. That's the important thing. So Albrechts will look to build from the back again. Play switched all the way to this near side. Guy. Real opportunity here. Yet again, Bruno pulls the trigger. Save in the end. No problems for Fadil Salim on that occasion.
I think Hoou-Gang United have been pretty lucky in the last 90 seconds. That's 2 attempts that the White Swans have had, and thankfully they've managed to fluff the chances. But if the Hoou-Gang defense continues to mess up like that, I think they're going to pay the price real soon.
Here is Nagai again. Jeremy Chang wins the loose ball, so he's looking to play back inside. It's been cut out, and again, Howe Gang do well to win it back. A little bit of time and space now for Fazli on the far side. He elects to do exactly the same and just slow things down. Mamadou tries to play that one forwards. He easily cuts out again. No Sato. No real focal point forwards, so to work incredibly hard here across the middle of the park are Howe Gang. And there's the patience from Albrechts again. If it isn't on, they just go back, they keep possession. Potter. And we'll throw in for Albrechts. Mamadou has to be big and strong and waits for the contact from Hota. Wins the free kick. All the fans singing the name of Yalo Mamadou, player from Guinea who's been at the club now since 2008. Really is a fan's favourite, there's no question about that. There's that long ball forwards and asking a lot of Shotton to chase that one down, but closes down in the end. And the man that's come from non-league football back in the UK, played for Stafford FC and Kidsgrove Athletic Football Club, which are non-league teams in the Staffordshire area, which of course is where Stoke is, right on the sort of border there. Lots and lots of non-league teams within that area in the Midlands region in particular. Strong challenge coming in again. Time is Icor guilty of the foul, but taken quickly again from Albrechts. A slow burner here at the moment, Raj.
That's right. I think it's been all Albrecht so far, because they've already had perhaps 2 chances to actually break the deadlock, but the Cheetahs are still trying to find their feet in this one.
We mentioned last week it was very interesting to watch them, but it can get a little bit boring at times, which is why the players have to be totally focused, the Howe Gang players, because they have to stick to their jobs so much and so hard and so well. It's actually something that Nasri Nasir was saying the other week. Yeah, you can have the ball, you can have it all day long, but if you don't go anywhere, it's not going to hurt you.
Exactly, and you've got to actually go and win the second ball as well. That's been Albrecht's problem. They tend to string a couple of passes, and last week Home United managed to pick up several second ball interceptions.
I think they picked up everyone, didn't they? It was Lee Kwan Woo in the middle of the park who read the game superbly well.
Yeah.
Was man of the match by a million miles. The marquee player for Home United, of course, but unfortunately on the losing end last week. But it just goes to prove that patience can pay off, and that's the attitude that Sugiyama has. And again, I'm sure you'll maybe get a little bit tired of me saying this. Albrechts just passing the ball around. Just waiting for the runners up there, because Sakamoto isn't making the runs yet, so it means that Sato can just try and bring the ball forwards. Here's Nagai. Nagai inside. It's a poor ball from him, though. Now he's picked up the loose ball by Thomas Beattie. Beattie with a little bit of time and space. Rolls it forward to Shotton, but not enough pace on that. It is again. Again tries to find Shotton. Bit of a mix-up there.
I think what Albrechts is probably trying to do is play a passing game and try to frustrate the Howe Gang players and try to low them out and probably catch them on the break down the flanks. But I did come into this game thinking that How Gang would be the better side tonight. I mean, any team that can go to Bandar Sri Begawan and score 3 goals against Brunei DPMM in front of about 20,000 fans, and with the goalkeeper saving 2 penalties, I came into this game thinking that they would be the ones who probably would secure the 3 points tonight.
It's never that easy. It's 11 against 11 when they're out there, but that's well picked up from Zaiko trying to create that yard for himself, but Albrecht's had to defend there. Challenge is starting to fly in a little bit now. It's Hunter again.
I think they're back at it again. The passing between the back line.
Well, there's a little run just off the ball there from Nagasaki. Played forwards, and again, good defending from Robert Zaiko. Put the pressure on there, the Nigerian. Didn't allow time and space for Albrechts to pass it around like that. Desires just tuck him back into the middle of the park now. As that's just clipped forwards. That'll be a throw in for How Gang. Very cool, with a little layoff back. Fazli exactly the same, and now it's Albrecht's turn to try and chase the ball down and hunt the ball. However, they're dropping off and not pressing like How Gang were in the opening 10 minutes. Long-range shot, takes a deflection and goes wide, and Mamadou had nobody closing him down there. Pulled the trigger. That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, that was the first real chance for the How Gang Cheetahs. I mean, if it was on target, I think it would have really posed problems for Hiroki Hara. But thankfully for the deflection, it's now gone on for a throw-in. Or a corner. A corner.
Yep, went out for a corner. Let's see what quality is there. The big guys are up yet again. Drilled into that near post area, headed away. A strong header as well from Hunter. Not the best header back out wide, it has to be said, from Azar Zaruddin. Albrecht's elect just to launch the ball all the way up the length of the field, just so that they can regroup themselves. As his eyes keeps possession, Jeremy Chang helps it up the line. Kwasi Jafar helps it on. Mamadou left one-on-one here with Hunter, pulls it square. And again, the purple shirts not there quickly enough.
But good play by the back line of Albrechts.
And again, Albrechts looking to probe an opening. Ball took forwards, that's a poor mistake, but flicked forward from Sakamoto, so Albrechts will retain possession. Nagasaki to the little give and go, and that's lovely thread forward there. Just overplayed. Sakamoto looking to get on the end of it yet again. They can hurt you if you don't close them down. If you don't get close to them, you don't put them under pressure. That was almost the case there.
That's right. All you need is one incisive pass, you know, from the middle right through the forward line, as how Nagasaki scored the goal against Home United last week. Was an incisive pass from Masatake straight through, and all he did was take 2 steps and curl the ball right into the far left corner, left the goalkeeper no chance. So I think that's what Albrechts is trying to do, is try to find a few loopholes and provide that incisive pass, that defense splitting pass, and then allow the 2 strikers to get a crack on goal.
Ball clip forwards, looking for the run of Shotton. Shotton wants the corner, and the officials have given it. There are the Hogan fans in full voice as usual.
Known as the Hoods. That's the nickname, the Hoods.
Each to their own. Doesn't matter, they're here supporting the team and they're supporting our S League, which is the most important thing. They are down here in force, and they were, of course, the supporters of the year last year at the awards night, as the corner that's whipped in comes to nothing, and that's a poor ball in from Fazli Jaffa.
Well, like you said, I mean, the fans, they won the best fans award last year, and even over the years, from the days of Marine Castle to Sengkang Marine to, you know, Sengkang Punggol to now Hogang United, the fans have stuck it through with them all the way. I think the Hogang Stadium probably has the best fans average attendance in the S League, bar none.
It's always important to see the fans down there, so if ever you're about, go and have a look where your local club is, come down and support it. There's nothing like actually being at a game of football, so come down and support our S League, because this year it promises to be an absolute belter, with the gap between the top and the bottom clubs. If you just look at the table now, it shows how much it's turned, with the Warriors and Home United, well, you have to say, languishing towards the bottom of the league, and other teams doing a lot better. And doing a lot better is Fazli Jaffa here, who has a little bit of time and space. Tries to pull it back, but just couldn't keep possession. Closed down quickly is Sato.
Sorry, once again, the Albrechts boys have backed the defense, and somehow the Hogang trio up front just can't seem to find... They just can't seem to penetrate the back line. I think they probably would have to resort like what Mamadou did earlier, try and go for a long-range strike.
Sato, time and space, just passes it on, keeps it simple. Given away, but again given away. So neither side wanting to retain possession here. Great ball in. Bruno almost making a yard for himself there. Space, Nagasaki, as though he's been pushed into a more midfield role. Thought it was going to be Sato and Hotta that were going to do those roles. It doesn't seem to be the case. It's almost like Albrechts are playing with a 3 at the back. They look comfortable whatever they're doing, because they're passing it and stroking it around. Bakuda, the goal scorer, in the 2nd minute of stoppage time last week against Home United, gets on the ball, passes it forwards yet again. Here's Hotta. Hotta, no look pass into the path of Nagasaki. Again, the Albrechts players looking very, very comfortable on the ball. The ability to hold it up, pass it and move. It's exactly what they do. And there you go. If they can't go down one avenue, they go the other way. Fair play to Hogang. They're closing down very well in the middle of the park, not allowing the time and space for Albrechts to play.
I'm just surprised to see that the Hogang boys are not really attacking. I mean, they're just holding back, letting the Albrechts boys do what they want, and then going for that occasional tackle, as opposed to just really going in hard, intercept the ball, and, you know, produce a counter-attack.
Well, I think it was what Najri Nasir said last week, is they can't hurt you. As long as everything's in front of you, you can see the ball, you can see the man, and that's exactly, if you have a look where we are, you can see the banks of 4, yeah. You can see players dropping into holes, and then when there's a mistake, that's when they look to hit on the counter-attack.
Well, then it's going to be a real long game for...
Unless we get a goal, then it'll open up a little bit more. So we shall wait and see. All will be revealed. If we had a look at a possession stat, you would probably think it would be about 65-35 in favour of Albrechts at the moment. But for all that possession, they've had 2 opportunities and have yet to score. So pretty much what they did last week as well against Home United. Howe now being drawn into the same sort of game of keeping the ball. They are a little bit more direct though. Here's Mamadou. Nothing on, so he just slows it right down.
I did have a quick word with the Hogan coach, Alex Weber, just before the game. He says, asked him to describe the style of play, and he says the Hogan style of play is probably about versatility and keeping possession. And if they have to play the long ball, they will, but at least if they play the long ball, they only have to do it if they have to, and not because they have 2 really tall guys up front. Whereas Sugiyama, the Alvarez coach, described his style of play as pure excitement, pure attacking, because that's what they're all about. They're all about to attract, to entertain the fans.
Free kick awarded. Oh, we're just over halfway through the first half. Still 0-0 if you're joining us. It's of course the Hills Great Eastern S League 2013 edition. And it's started well. For probably both these sides, you would have to say. Current standings see Albrechts in 3rd place with 6 points. Hougang in 6th place with 4. Both sides unbeaten. Question is, will something give today? There's the little angles, though, that the Japanese side do make. Nagasaki was the man doing it. There's Bruno dropping a little bit deeper, wants the return. Not the best ball up the line, though, it has to be said. And dispossessed, and well, it's hot potato time where neither side wants to keep possession of the ball. Now there's options on this near side as Nagai. Long range shot coming in there, and Fadil spills in. Another chance for Sakamoto. He picked up the loose ball after it was pushed away from Fadil Salim. And again, Sakamoto should really have done better there.
And that's what we were talking earlier. I mean, you look at that incisive pass from Shuhei Hota to Nagasaki, and then Sakamoto, with trying to finish up with that one. But Fadil Salim there with a great save. So just that one little loophole that they're looking for to spring the trap, and then the 2 strikers will have a go at Fadil Salim, the captain of Hogan United, 30 years old.
There's that long ball flick forwards over the top, looking for Zaiko. Manages to use his pace and get there, and his trickery. Still a Zaiko. The angle went against him. Still gets on the ball though. Dances past one challenge, pulls it across. Shot on the turn. Tried to pull it back, and well, that wasn't really a back pass. Which is why Hara picks it up in the end.
I think so far in the first opening 25 minutes, I believe Albrechts has been the team that's dominated more. I believe they've already had 4 chances on goal as opposed to just that long-range strike from Mamadou Diallo.
Zaiko coming inside on this occasion. Mamadou plays it wide. himself. It's a little give and go. And it's good work. And non-stop running from Azhar Sairuddin. And unfortunately, the runners weren't ahead of him. Jeremy Chang helps one in, shot with a little flick. The flag's gone up, and, well, that must have been on the far side. I think it's Fazli Jaffa. Unless Liam Shot had come back from an offside position, but it was a close one.
But at least that was an attempt. I mean, that was the first offside call, I think, in the whole match so far. And perhaps Jeremy probably saw, you know, Liam Shorten in a position where he could actually float the ball, and Liam could knock it down for another player to actually take a whack at it. But that's what the Hogan need to do. They need to continue to pile on the pressure, because so far they're just allowing Albirex to play the normal game.
Nakamoto tries to keep possession. A bit of time and space. Sato. Tohota. Bruno round the corner. Nice interchange of passing in the final third. A bit better than what they were doing before. Nagasaki. Closed down by two players. Little give and go. Nagasaki got it wrong. Sakamoto. Flag's gone up.
Yep.
Fadil Salim was in the right place at the right time on that occasion, but that will have been a very, very close one.
And it's interesting to see that the Hogan players are not actually going in for the tackles. They're allowing the boys, their opponents, to actually weave the passes in. And like you said there, it's a clear-cut offside decision.
I'm not sure. If you have a look, when the ball was kicked, he was in an onside position. When the ball's actually kicked, it's not when it gets to him.
Right.
That was a very, very close one. Very close. That's the beauty of the game. Everybody has opinions. We see things differently.
It's a split-second decision.
That's where the officials aren't like us. We can see it again and again, and we can debate and argue it all night long, but the officials do have to make that decision right at that precise moment.
Yeah. And once again, if you look at the Hogan players, they're just holding back. They're not going in for the tackles. Probably they've been told, don't concede free kicks unnecessarily, don't get yellow cards.
Long range shot drilled forwards. Well, Fadil Salim not wanting to take any chances there. Pushes it wide. Nagasaki had that yard, decided to take it, pulled the trigger, and look, no one closing him down. They are keeping that rigid back four.
Yeah, they're allowing Fadil Salim to do all the work, the goalkeeper, who was the man of the match 1 week ago in Bandar Sri Begawan. Masatake Sato is about to take the corner.
Let's see what quality he's got. Drills into that near post area. He easily headed away, as Zaikor it was. And we knew that Fazli Jaffa was quick, but he's not that quick. Didn't get to that one. Forward Ishikawa. No nonsense defending and good covering there. Hazriz Ayes just comes across, doesn't make a mistake, the 25-year-old. Sato. Still Sato. He did get tripped. Play allowed to continue though. Bruno! Well, a good interchange of passing yet again, and we're now seeing Albirex expand themselves a little bit more in that final third, as opposed to just keeping the ball in the middle of the park and slowing the game down. And they're looking a bit more exciting now.
That's right. I mean, I think they're trying now the attempts from long range as opposed to trying to get right into the box, because they know that the box is already packed with 4 or 5 opposing defenders. And now they just want to see whether they can actually launch one from outside the box, like how they did against our Home United last week. Question is whether the How Gang boys can respond.
Well, they're still not losing, so they've just got to keep their game face on, I suppose. As we see, a nice bit of skill and a nice bit of work from Nagasaki. And he is again just slowing things down. Of course, again, the conditions do play its part over here in the tropics in Singapore, where it's very hot and humid outside. The sun was melting down today. Of course, the AstroTurf pitch will retain some of that heat, as it's How Gang's turn to try and play their way out from the back in the end. And Salem just clears his lines. Oh, that's a 50-50. Both players going for the ball there. Both players entitled to go for the ball.
Oh. But I guess it wasn't too serious of a clash. I mean, he's already woken up, as in Kento Fukuda, and the match has resumed. And so far, no yellow cards in the first 32 minutes.
I've mentioned the referee, to be fair. Farhad Mohammed is the referee today. Seems to be doing quite well as well. We've hardly seen him. He's allowed the game to ebb and flow, so that's always a positive. Mamadou finds Shotten. Shotten plays it out wide into the path of Zaiko. Down the line, Jeremy Chang on the overlap. Well, Ishikawa had to tidy things up there, and it's found its way out for another corner. And the corner counts will be pretty even as well when it comes to the half-time show. How Gang have had a couple of corners.
I believe this is the second corner. Second corner for Cheetahs. And they got 3 players waiting in the box.
Well, let's see what quality Fazli Jaffa can deliver this time. It's a much deeper one. In fact, the first one went out on the near side. The second one nearly got out the far side. As it is, Thomas Beattie can get there and clear things up. He pulls it back to the edge of the box. Nice bit of footwork there, and a real chance to deliver quality in. Hannah had to be brave in goal there, and as you can see, just a little pat on the back for Zaiko. Again, entitled to go for that. He made the run in front of his defender and in front of the goalkeeper. There you go, just in front of his man. Tried to get a big toe on that. Good save in the end from Hideoki Ahara.
That's right, a great chance for the for Zaiko to actually break the deadlock. And it could have been a costly mistake by the number 8, Kakeshi Nagasawa, because he did not even see the opposing striker coming in.
Bruno trying to get on the end of that one at the other end. Saikir clearing his lines. So again, Albrecht's now looking to be a little bit more direct with their passing and going forwards. There's Bruno again. Ota. Time and space to move into there for Nagasaki. Long-range shot comes in, and again, but Salim has to push that one in the air. Sakamoto pulling the trigger yet again. He's getting closer and closer.
And I think we did say earlier that they're probably going to try for the long range because they can't seem to get into the box. I mean, they did try once or twice. One was an offside decision. And now they're actually trying from outside the box, which is a good play by Albrecht Nigata.
Jeremy Chang back to his favourite right-back position. He's asked to play centre-half, left wing, left-back, all sorts for Home United, which was one of the reasons why he wasn't too happy there. Zaiko, has he won the corner? No, that time it's going to be a goal kick. Very much a stalemate at the moment here at the Jalan Stadium. Both sides looking to keep the ball in the middle of the park. Nothing really cutting edge going forwards, it has to be said, from both sides. The opportunities have been few or far between. You would have to say that on the balance of play, it is probably Albrechts that just shave it with the chances and with the possession. Look to come forwards again. Here's Bruno. Castanheira playing it out wide. Sasse on the overlap. Rolls it back, and again, the white and light blue shirts look for patience to be order of the day. Sato. Another mistake there from Sasse. He did ever so well to bring it back down. Sakamoto slows it down. Bruno's in the mix as well. Back to Nagasaki. Still Nagasaki. Time and space out wide for Tatsuya Sasse. Clearance not a good one from BT. Oh, is that a penalty? He's pulled it straight to the spot. He did dive in, to be fair. There's no question. Good footwork from Masatake Sato. Skipped past the challenge. It was a late lunge. The question is was there a need to do that from Saike Sulaiman? Moves the ball. Is there contact? Ooh, that's a big decision.
I think you have to use a zoom lens to see, binoculars to actually see whether, you know, there was contact, but unfortunately, Shake Sulaiman, I mean, he's already scored 2 goals in the last 2 matches, and now if this goes in, he's going to be proved a villain if Hogang actually go on to lose tonight.
Well, we know that Fadil Salim knows how to save penalties. He's done a couple in the last game, that much we do know.
Yep. So
it will be interesting. It looks as though it's Nagasaki who is stepping up to take this. The scorer of the first goal against Home United. So he's looking for his 2nd of the season. That's a really, really tight call. It's come just at the right time. It's 5 or 6 minutes before half-time. If Nagasaki can put this away. The referee just ensuring that everybody is out of the box. So Nagasaki steps up. Saved! 3 from 3 for Fadil Salim. You can't get your breath, so maybe a bit of justice was done there. But after 2 saves against Brunei DPMM, Fadil has come up trumps yet again. Unbelievable stuff from the 30-year-old custodian.
That's right, the goalkeeper is exuding confidence, composure, and now Hogang on the attack.
Shotton has a little bit of time and space. He does have players wide. Isaikor steps inside, goes back outside. Isaikor pulls the trigger. Nara down at his near post. What a chance that was, though, for Nagasaki to give Albrechts Niigata the lead. But yet again, this time full stretch down to his left-hand side. Fadil Salim pushed it away from goal, and that will be talked about at half-time, I'm sure, and that could be the turning point of the game. Here's the chance a little bit later on, when Isaikor had that time and space, but straight down the throat of Hara.
So I hope we get to see the replay of the penalty, because I think Nagasaki, even though he was the penalty taker, I think he did not put too much of force into the shot that he took.
Enough power, yeah. Good as that may have been slightly central as well.
Yeah.
Or right, as in not right in the corner, and you know that you've got to hit it with at least a lot of pace to get it past the keeper.
Maybe Sakamoto should have actually taken the shot. I mean, he's already come out to say that this is his debut season and he wants to score 20 goals. He was playing for the university last year when he was actually selected to come and play for Albrechts in Singapore.
Oh, they've got to do something here. Still 0-0. Nagasaki slows things down. Time and space again. Here's Bruno in behind the defence. Bruno pulls it back. 5 purple shirts all there in attendance. Danger not clear yet. Nagasaki! It's another one from outside the box. What a strike. Well, they missed the penalty, and it was the number 8, Takeshi Nagasaki, that pulled the trigger, and boy, oh boy, did that one fly right in the top corner. And yet again, Albrechts take the lead with a goal scored from outside the box. They didn't clear their lines. Fazli Jaffa didn't get on the ball, but how about this? The closing down wasn't there. Right in the top corner, good goal.
That's right, it's a damn shame for Fadil Salem. I thought he had his angle covered. Unfortunately, his defenders let him down because, you know, there were two defenders that were standing in front of the goalkeeper. And once again, the Albrechts have taken the lead for the 3rd game running.
And Albrechts will go top if it finishes like this. That much we do know. So just before half-time, they missed the penalty, but they've done the damage with a long-range strike from Nagasaki. What a wonderful goal that was. You could say that Hoウガンshould have closed down a little bit quicker, but it doesn't matter. The scoreline will read that it's the Japanese side that are leading by 1-0. Both players there in 2 minds. That was Nagasaki and Nagai. Well, just 1 or 2 of the Ho우ガンplayers having a few words with each other. Shot just couldn't bring that one down. Hara clears his lines. So there'll be a little bit of pressure here now for Albrechts to defend just before half-time. Mi Chang with a throw-in inside. BT almost getting caught in possession. Well, just to sort his feet out. 30 seconds to go to half-time. It looks as though we'll have 1 minute of time added on at the end of the 45. Of course, all eyes will be focused and all tongues will be wagging. Was it a penalty? That will be the talking point of the first half. Albrechts will be happy just to pass this around and see this half out now. Potter, Bruno with a little layoff. A little bit of passing and keeping the ball yet again. So the 1 minute board has gone up from the 4th official. And it looks as though Albrechts will be happy just to see this half out at that scoreline. Ho우-gaන් just need to go back and regroup themselves. There's a little bit of a nasty challenge from Jeremy Chang, just a little bit too late, and did just catch the striker, Sakamoto. There's no question about that. Kazu Sakamoto there. There's the touch. It was a poor touch from him, and there you can see Jeremy Chang just trying to pull his leg out of the way, and a little bit of a clash between the two. That will take us up to the minute mark. This will be the last action. There is the half-time whistle, so it's a first half that's been a little bit slow, let's be honest about that. It did pick up, though, with the penalty shout and the penalty miss from Albrechts Niigata. It is, however, separated by a strike from outside the box from Takeshi Nagasawa. Absolutely no chance for Fadil Salim in goal. He picked his spot, nobody closed him down. He drilled it right in the top corner, and at half-time in the S League 2013, it's Hougang 0, Albrechts Niigata 1. Well, the first half was a little bit shy in attempts. That was an early attempt that did fall the way of Albrechts Niigata. They did keep the ball, they were passing it around. Sakamoto tried to open the score in early doors, but just pulled that wide of Fadil Salim's goal. Again, you would have to say that the majority of chances and opportunities have come in favour of the White Swans as they kept pushing forward. A long-range shot from Diallo Mamadou took a wicked deflection and went out for a corner. That was after about 20 minutes, and that was all that Hougang could muster. Albrechts were having to shoot from range. One of the best chances here. Sakamoto, after Fadil away. Long-range shot drilled in by Masatake Sato. And a real opportunity. Now, this was a little bit controversial. Was he offside when the ball was kicked? Let's see. The ball is kicked there. Sakamoto again should really have done better, but the flag did go up. Nagasaki tried his luck from range. Not a million miles away on that occasion. Again, it was all one-way traffic, really, when you put it that way. Half chance came the way of Azaiko. Tried to get in front of the defender and the keeper, but to be fair, Hideo Kihara was brave enough to deal with that. And then Albrechts just kept coming. On that occasion, yet again, Sakamoto from outside the box. No real venom or pace, direction to beat the keeper, but Fadil Salim getting it at the second attempt. Here's the controversial talking point. Going to ground was Nagasawa. Jinx passed the challenge. Was he caught? I'll let them sort that out in the studio at half-time, but how about that for a save? Fadil Salim, full stretch down to the left, pushes it to safety yet again. That's 3 penalty saves out of 3 for him. 2 in Brunei and 1 here. And that was a full fist as well. A real good save by him. Didn't matter though, because Hougang couldn't clear their lines, and it was the number 8, Takeshi Nagasawa, that pulled the trigger from range. No one closing him down. 1, 2, 3 seconds before anyone even thought about going and closing him down. Not a bad finish from the 23-year-old, who is the reserve goalkeeper as well. So it will not bother him one little bit. That's what decides these two sides at the moment. The shots on and off target, as you can see, 9 in total for Albrechts, 8 on target, whereas Hougang have only had 3, with 2 of those being on. 59-41. Flatters Hougang, because it did look a lot more the possession stats, but the all-important one is the one at the top. Hougang United 0, Albrechts Niigata 1. Let's get back down for our half-time show to Shizad.